Hey YouTube, today we're going to cover how to grow Anubias plants. My name is Jake and this is Raccoon Creek Aquatics, where we cover aquarium topics in general and planted tanks in particular. I have a lot of new and exciting topics and projects coming up, so if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you don't miss anything. Anubias is a great plant for aquarists of all experience levels. It's great for beginners because it's pretty much bulletproof. It's really durable, it can live in most conditions, it doesn't need high light, and it's great for experienced aquarists because it's so versatile. There's so many different things you can do with it, and I've had a lot of fun with it. Anubias are rhizome plants. What I mean by rhizome is the fleshy stem-like piece of the plant where the roots come out the bottom and the leaves come out of the top. Anubias really isn't finicky as far as lighting goes. It's really great about tolerating low lighting conditions, which really makes it great for beginners. As far as water parameters go, it does best between about 72 degrees and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Anubias plants come from Africa and prefer more alkaline conditions, which is something to keep in mind. Anubias are slow growing plants, which means they don't soak up nutrients at a fast rate. These plants are water column feeders, but they can also benefit from being planted into a nutrient-rich substrate. This brings us to planting. If you are planning on planting these into a substrate, make sure you don't cover the rhizome. Covering the rhizome can cause it to rot and eventually possibly kill the plant. When I planted these Anubias in this tiny tank, I just made sure the roots were covered up and left the rhizome exposed. One great thing about Anubias is you can mount it to wood, rock, or pretty much anything you want to keep in your aquarium. I suggest 3 different ways of doing this. The first way is with zip ties. Zip ties do a great job of holding the plant to the object until it forms a bond with it. The only problem is they're unsightly. You can also use cotton sewing thread. This is great for tying Anubias to objects and is less visible than zip ties, but also dissolves in time. Super glue is also a quick, easy way to mount Anubias to any kind of object. A common problem people have with Anubias is algae growing on its leaves. Whenever algae is involved, it normally means 3 things: too many nutrients, too much light, or too much of both. Again, Anubias is a very slow grower, so when too much nutrients are present with too much lighting, it tends to grow algae on its leaves. So here's a cheat code for preventing algae from growing on your Anubias leaves. I recommend fast-growing floating plants such as dwarf water lettuce or duckweed. Fast-growing floating aquarium plants are great for soaking up excess nutrients in your tank. They also supply some shade for your Anubias. Also, one more word of advice. Don't freak out if you experience some melt with your brand new Anubias plant. It's common for brand new aquarium plants to melt at first when they're adjusting to the new environment. Anubias plants are slow growers, so just be patient and you'll have brand new green leaves popping up in no time. I've had a lot of fun with Anubias plants. I've kept them in a high-tech tank, I've used them to create a bonsai tree, and I've even kept them in my tiny tank. If you have any questions, or maybe there's a topic I didn't cover well enough, leave me a comment down below and I'll get back to you. I'll see you next time.